Hi, Wouter.
Hey, Anne-Marie.
Can you tell me something about your research in WM and what you take away from this meeting?
Well, of course. Yeah, for me, I'm a medical doctor from the Netherlands, and I just started my PhD more than a little bit over a year ago. And what I found interesting in WM is that it's a very complicated and rare disease, which a lot of things need to be elucidated yet. So we know that it is a disease in the bone marrow, but that produces IgM. And we don't know a lot of things about the IgM. So what I've been doing mainly in my research is trying to understand the structure a little bit more, because we see that some WM patients get a complication such as neuropathy or amyloid, where the IgM accumulates in the organs, and we want to get a little bit more of a grasp into that. And for the takeaway from the conference, for me, one of the most interesting things is to see how all the experts get together and so Waldenstrom focus. So everybody gets together, talking about their research, and you see just collaborations flourish from this type of meetings. So that's for me very interesting. And how about you?
Well, I agree with you. I'm Becking. I'm a PhD candidate as well at Amsterdam UMC. And I'm conducting research on WM and more specific subtypes like Waldenstrom disease. And what I focus on, for example, is what the clone in the bone marrow of patients with WM looks like, and see how we can distinguish these clones from one another. For example, what the differences are between a patient with Waldenstrom disease and a patient with Waldenstrom, to give more individualized treatment. And speaking of individualized treatment, I think it's really interesting to see at this meeting that there's so much data now available on all the different treatment options that we have, which are very promising. For example, we have chemotherapy regimens on one hand, we have more targeted therapies on the other hand. And I think now it's for us time to translate that to the patients and their preferences, which we're doing in the WM Voice project. We are actually recruiting for that right now. Patients can participate by an anonymous survey.
Yeah.
And I think the link should be posted below this video. And patients can let their voice be heard.
Yeah.
What they find important.
Well, I think that's very important as well. And that's what we see in this meeting. The patient comes first. So that's very important.